Well, this whole time, right now, as we speak, in your third dimensional Earth time frame, the Fukushima nuclear disaster, the worst upon your planet today, is being hushed up at almost every level. All manner of deceit and treachery, including murder, media ignoring, decoying, etc., are all being used to keep this major catastrophe out of the limelight, so to speak. Ah, how we Pleiadians, who work here on the earth, just love all the phrases and slang and colloquialisms that you earth humans conjure up. This nuclear disaster is poisoning your entire Pacific Basin, and indeed, this is one of the Jade Helm 15 Psy-ops, psychological operations, stated, although highly top secret, goals to both test cover-up procedures and also how to control panic to reduce the possibilities of civil unrest. Once the true nature of the Fukushima nuclear disaster becomes apparent to the world's sleeping civilians, so busy with their everyday lives of just staying alive, of making ends meet, paying the bills and the mortgage, so to speak. You see, dear one, we Pleiadians see your planet from a very unique and different perspective. We ourselves do not use the concept of money anymore, a practice we have long abandoned. But this is fit for an entire channeling session of its own. And our time, our third dimensional Earth time here with you is so limited. Your New World Order elites, mostly bankers and banking families, have for centuries worked to enslave the human races in all the various countries and divisions upon the earth by using their concept of money. Their game, or their con, so to speak, is to control money and its supply, thereby controlling governments and shadow governments through debt, controlling religions, and relatively all of the earth's people and creatures and resources. So, these New World Order elite planners and bankers are directly behind covert psy-ops like the Jade Helm 15 now in the United States, and others like this Orson Welles' War of the World radio broadcast a long time ago, and that was based on fear from an ET invasion scenario to find out how to better control people. This is a scientific approach to manipulating human behavior, which was diligently pursued by the Nazis in World War II. Then the United States, United Kingdom, Russian governments, etc., and the shadow governments, the intelligence agencies, during your so-called Cold War historical period. This all led to vast mind control experiments, which have culminated in domestic covert psy-ops or psychological operations like the current Jade Helm 15 U.S. government shadow government operation being played out upon the sleeping, so to speak, civilian U.S. population, so busily decoyed and distracted away from these truths by their phones, TVs, and other electronic devices. The complete shutting down of these overly used electronic devices by a solar flare or a man-made EMP weapon, an electromagnetic pulse weapon, burst by an attacker, are also sub-scenarios being played out and considered as part of the Jade Helm 15 exercises. But know this, above all else, dear one, main thrust of Jade Helm 15 by these New World Order government, shadow government elites revolves around the coming passage of Nibiru. This event concerns them greatly, as it is now unknown to them and basically guesswork of the governments and the shadow government's earth scientists. What will actually happen as far as massive earthquakes, axis shift, etc. So when Earth's people finally discover and become aware of Nibiru's approach, panic, civil unrest, economic collapse scenarios are all being considered, as well as, dear one, lists of subversives, dissidents, whistleblowers, and anyone else the government, shadow governments perceive to be troublemakers, as any of these possible scenarios unfold. This is being done right now, as this Jade Helm 15 is ongoing for approximately one more Earth month, or moon orbit. So these dissidents can be removed, arrested, marginalized, detained, or murdered. These New World Order shadow government and government elites will stop at nothing, absolutely nothing, for power, including changing what is currently being sprayed in your chemtrail phenomenon into a much more deadly form. So rest now, my love. More will come. This is Ratesh. We ended this channel at 6:45 a.m. Mountain Time. And so there will be many more channels coming. We have approximately 30 more of them. They're coming in almost every day now because something big is about to happen. And the Pleiadians and the angels wish to bring the light down here to the earth, bypass the filters of the government and the media and all of their lies and disinformation. And so what we try to do here at the Star Lodge is to bring the light and the truth in the highest and best way through telepathic connections. We have to overcome our own personal lower ego minds. I have trained in martial arts for over 20 years and have meditated and had done advanced meditations, and I'm able to hold my mind at these levels. So we have much more information to come. It's already been recorded and channeled. All we have to do is get it out now. So we thank you all, and to the star seeds that are out there, now is the time for you to activate in the light. Step into your spiritual missions of light and stand one with the unity and the love of the Creator. Thank you. Matakia wasan aho.